Alright, hey everybody, so welcome to another After We Collided movie video. So over the next several days, I'll be making several prediction videos talking about various aspects of the film and what my predictions are for different aspects of the film, or even like the video today is talking about the box office. So for anybody who followed the first one, then you know that the first film flopped in the US. You know that the first film only made about $12 million in the US. It made about $69 million overall, but it only made about $12 million in the US. So yes, it flopped in the US. And so my prediction for the sequel is that this thing is going to kind of come in, and I think that not only is it going to surpass the first film in terms of like the overall box office, but I truly believe that it's also going to surpass the domestic take of the first film, just in opening weekend. I think it's going to make way more than $12 million opening weekend, because here's the big thing, and here's why I am trusting them at this point, is because they are promising a film that is more accurate to the books. Because one of the big things that actually sunk the first film, now I know like a lot of people are going to say, no, what sunk the first film, especially in the US, is no marketing, no nothing, the studio didn't really put any effort behind it, and then Endgame kind of came in and then, completely wiped the film from theaters. But no, what sunk the film was word of mouth. Because usually what happens opening weekend for films is that you make whatever money you make on Friday, or this is just true for like anything at like the box office. You make whatever you make on Fridays, you go up a little bit on Saturdays, and then you start to, experience the drop on Sundays. But what happened with After is that you saw this thing start to collapse opening weekend. You saw the collapse start on Saturday. You did not see it go up a little bit on Saturday. No, you just saw the collapse on Saturday, due to the fact that even the fans were hating the first film, because word of mouth is what completely sunk this film opening weekend. Because even if the marketing sucked, if the fans kind of were coming out and, going on social media and saying like, hey, this is the greatest thing on earth, this is exactly like the book, this is like the best movie ever, like then that word of mouth could have spread, and of course it could have, become bigger and bigger. Because what I remember is that, and a lot of you might not remember this, but if you remember a movie called The Greatest Showman, if you only looked at opening weekend, it only made about $9 million opening weekend. Definitely not the phenomenon that it turned into, but again, people were coming out and singing its praises. People were coming out and spreading the word of The Greatest Showman, and all of a sudden, it grew, week after week after week. It had this amazing holding power, and then it became the phenomenon that we all know that it is. But of course, that's not what happened with After, because the word of mouth completely sunk this thing opening weekend, to where like the fans were coming out and saying like, nah, this movie's a piece of shit, this is nowhere near the book, I don't even know what the hell this thing is, it's the After in name only, the characters might be there, but like even the characters are not accurate, like there's nothing accurate about this. And then you just saw that word of mouth kill it opening weekend. Now, what I firmly think that what's gonna happen with After We Collided is that this is gonna turn into a pitch perfect situation. Now, for anybody who has no idea what I'm talking about, all right, so you know that there's a film franchise out there called Pitch Perfect, and you know that this is like a big franchise. It's like this big phenomenon franchise. But what a lot of you might not remember is that the first film, if you only went by the box office of the first film, there was more than enough money there to actually justify, making a sequel. But, like the first film did not really, set the box office on fire. But then all of a sudden, what happened after the first film, hit home media, hit streaming, hit, TV airings, all of a sudden, it grew and grew and grew, and people started to find the film through different means. And then, of course, the sequel kind of came in and exploded at the box office. It exploded with like $69 million opening weekend. I think even like a little bit more than that. But of course, the sequel is the thing that kind of turned it into the phenomenon that we know today. And I think that that's exactly what's going to happen with After We Collided, because like a lot of people who have found the film on Netflix, it says, how did I not know that this film ever existed? Like, I'm just now finding it on Netflix. Like, how did I miss this thing in theaters? And that's what I think is really going to help the sequel, is that, now more people are finding it. Now more people are finding out about the sequel. And that is why I am firmly predicting that After We Collided is not only going to overtake the first film in terms of the overall box office, but it's going to take the first film's domestic total, it's going to overtake the first film's domestic total opening weekend. So I don't think it's going to make like $69-70 million opening weekend, but I do think that it's going to make a lot more than just $12 million opening weekend, especially if they actually release this thing in theaters, because that is exactly what they are promising. That is exactly what they are aiming for, which is to actually release After We Collided in theaters. And so I firmly believe that we could be looking at a After We Collided, opening weekend take of at least $20 million. I am calling $20 million. If they can stick the landing, if they can do everything that they are promising us, then I firmly believe that After We Collided is going to make at minimum $20 million domestically opening weekend. So jump down to the comment section below. Let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your continued love and support. As always, remember, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's go through all the stuff you'll be able to find on this channel right now. So every day I'll be doing daily uploads of the read-throughs where I literally go through different books and read to you guys page by page, chapter by chapter, all 7 books of the After series by Anna Todd and It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover are now on the channel to their completion. I'm working on the Gabriel series by Sylvain Renard, and these will be daily uploads barring any types of personal illnesses or issues. Now that we have the official green light of the After We Collided movie, I'll be bringing you guys constant updates on that, so keep looking forward to that. You guys are going to be so updated that you'll be begging me to stop the updates, and those updates are also going to cover After We Fell and After We're Happy. So once we get the green light on those 2 films, I'll also be bringing you guys constant updates on those as well. Every other day I'll be doing different topics that come up in the After fandom. So if there's a topic out there that you guys want to see me talk about, go ahead and either leave it down in the comments, or you can find me on either Twitter, email, or my Facebook. All the relevant information is on the About section of the channel. As always, remember, this channel would not be able to go to the heights that it has without you guys, and so for that I'm eternally grateful. But and I know that there are plenty of After fans, old and new, who have no idea that this channel exists. I mean, come on, people. The Instagram account for the After movie has over like 2 million followers, so there are plenty of people out there who have no idea that this channel exists. So, keep sharing the channel, keep spreading the word of Charles's movie channel. I mean, especially if you love the channel as much as you say you do, because and I know that this is easily one of the best After series channels that you'll find right here on YouTube, or dare I say anywhere. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing, keep sharing. My name is Charles. Welcome to the After series channel. I'll see you later, After fans, After naters. Take care, y'all. Love you.